Hi. You gonna help Mama? Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. Today, as you could tell by the title of the video, we are going to make a lesson plan for my son for this coming week. Today is Sunday. I don't actually usually make a 5-day lesson plan, but we don't have swim tomorrow, so we will do some school tomorrow. It was canceled for coronavirus, so there you go. So we're doing a 5-day lesson plan. Normally I only do 4 days, but we're gonna work with what we've got. So I thought I would just bring you guys along and show you how I make a preschool lesson plan for a week. So if you want to see how I make a preschool lesson plan, stay tuned. So what I started out with, I have like all of my stuff spread out around me so that I can show y'all. But what I started out with is I decided what kind of things I wanted to teach my son. So I went through and I put the days of the week on a piece of paper. Like I said, we don't normally do Monday. When I made this, we were doing Monday because we didn't have swim at the time. I've since changed this around a little bit. Since he's in preschool, it doesn't totally matter. But I want to do ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and Bibles every day that we do school. And then I rotate color and shape, and then I just do science the beginning and the end of the week. There's no particular rhyme or reason to this. I feel like ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and Bible are the most important things, so I want to do those every day. And then colors and shapes, he honestly knows those pretty well, so I rotate those. That's just how I chose to do it. And then we do a science or a theme or whatever the beginning and the end of the week. It changes. Sometimes we did weather. I think we're going to talk about like days of the week soon. Maybe at some point we'll do time, different things that'll change every once in a while. And all of this, one of the reasons I love homeschool, all of this is super flexible. So I do a letter of the week, a shape of the week, and a color of the week. Less so the color and shape, honestly, because it can be a little complicated and harder to find a color or a shape for every day that we do those, if that makes sense. It's easier to just do shapes and do colors, does that make sense? I'll show you when we get into actual lesson planning. But that's how I chose to do it. You can customize this. There's somebody walking by my house and she didn't look at me, but that's awkward. You can customize it however you want. You can do certain subjects, not do certain subjects. Customize it to how your child will learn best. That's the awesome thing about homeschool. That's the awesome thing about homeschooling as preschool is it doesn't matter. Be flexible. The next thing that I did was I took folders for every day of the week and labeled them for every day of the week. So I have a Tuesday folder, a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I do also have a Monday, I just don't use it as much. And that way, as I go through and make my lesson plan, I can just put each day's lesson into each folder. This has stuff in it, it's stuff that we've already done. I need to empty these out. But that makes it easy, so Sundays I can just stick everything in the folders, and then every day of the week I just grab what folder I need, and I'm not having to spend extra time trying to hunt down lessons. So let's go ahead, and I think that's all I need to brief you on, really. Let's go ahead and get started planning the lessons. Alright, so what I start out with is I just lay all my folders out. I have my big file folder thing of all of our activities, and I'm just gonna start pulling things out. I don't have a particular theme. I have this little, I call it an agenda, it's not really, but it's the order I want to do the numbers in. We are on K right now, so I'm gonna pull things related to the letter K from here. And then I will pull number things, shape things, color things, and just put it on top of the folder that I want it to go. You know, the corresponding day folder, that kind of thing. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so I've gone through and I've pulled all of my ABC stuff for the week. What I have is this little K tangram, and I get pretty much everything I have. Let me correct myself. Everything I have is free. I don't pay for any of this stuff. I get it off of Pinterest. Totschooling.net is a really great resource. And I have an awake child. I have 2 awake children. My husband is handling it, so sorry in advance for any crying or yelling that you hear. So this is what I've got. I got that. He sometimes likes these and sometimes he doesn't. So I have this. I also have dogs. Okay, so he really likes, I don't really do many worksheet type things, but he really likes this where he can circle things that begin with that letter. So we'll go through and I'll say key and ask him if key starts with K, cell phone or phone, kite, so on and so forth. He likes these. We're talking a lot about beginning letter sounds now. He's moved from like just recognition to learning letter sounds. So I printed this off. I think this is from, yeah, it's from Totschooling. So I pulled this out. This is a new one, and he can, I'll cut the little animals out and probably do Velcro dots so he can Velcro them onto each letter. It has the upper and the lowercase, so you can do both. Same with this. This is about learning letter sounds. We probably won't do all of them, but I'll cut them out and he can glue them down. He really likes to glue stuff. I'm so sorry if you can hear him throwing his fit. He did not nap and he's acting like that. So this is, again, a beginning letter sounds. So I talked about this week's letter is the letter K, but I'm not actually doing a lot of stuff just focused on that letter. I mean, the first day, our worksheet, we do have a letter K thing, like finding the letters K. Friday, he'll go through and find all the big and little Ks. But we're mostly working on letter sounds, so I kind of adapted it, and we're doing letter sounds. So for this one, it has all the little pictures, and we'll talk about what does bear start with. And then he has a little wooden alphabet that he can take the letters and put it next to the picture. It does come with like some letters that you can print out, but I thought using the wooden letters would be fun. It'd be really fun to hide these in a sensory bin, which I probably will end up doing. Hide them in a sensory bin and he can find it that way. So adds a little extra fun to it. Now I'm gonna go through and pull all my 1, 2, 3 things, and I will lay those out for the day. All right, so I have all my number stuff. I have this, it's kind of more winter themed, but I'm using it anyways. I'm trying to phase my winter stuff out and get more spring stuff. But this is fun because it has the number that they can trace, and I usually, these are laminated, I laminated themselves with my handy dandy laminator. Highly recommend those if you actually plan on homeschooling. But I just have him use a wet erase marker, not a dry erase marker, a wet erase marker, and he traces the number, and then he'll count the marshmallows, and then he uses something. Sometimes I use rocks, sometimes I use food, and then he can eat them afterwards. It just depends. And then he'll use the Tim frame and he'll put 4 there, and we'll do however many his attention span allows. So my video cut out and I don't know what happened to that footage, but I will go through and show you all of the number activities that I laid out towards the end. So you'll still be able to see all of that. I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened to that footage. Alright, so I went ahead and did I went ahead and did colors and shapes, and then I put our kind of miscellaneous thing on Mondays and Fridays. So this is everything that we'll do. Well, okay. This is everything that we'll do. So let me walk you through every day. So for Monday, I have, this is our miscellaneous thing. We're gonna do shadow match. So what I'll do is I'll cut all of these out, and I'll probably have him glue them because he thinks gluing is fun. My printer kind of cut this off, but this is from Tot Schooling, and so he'll match the shadow, so that'll be fun. And then we have color, so he'll put all of the colored things into the correct box. Like that. And then y'all saw the numbers. And then we have his 2 letters. So that will go in his Monday folder. I don't know if that seems like a lot of stuff for you guys. I'll put a card up here and I'll link it down below, but I have a video of us doing our homeschool routine before we moved, and I think I timed it, and it was less than an hour. It's probably around 30 minutes for us to go through a full day. And that's with interruptions, that's with having a baby and all of that. So there you go. It doesn't take that long. And you don't have to do it all in one shot. There are days that we might do 10 minutes here and then 10 minutes there. There might be days where I don't even finish all of this stuff, and maybe we just do 2 of the things. And that's fine. It doesn't matter. He's 3. It really doesn't matter. We don't have to do any of this. So he thinks that it's fun. I enjoy doing it with him. So that's what we do. But on to Tuesday. So Tuesday is a shape day. So we have ovals for this week. I just came over here and kind of, whoops, looked at my little guide. There's the letter K. Our color is silver. I don't really do the specific colors anymore, but our shape was oval, so I just pulled an oval dot thing. Then our numbers I showed you guys, and then the letters. Alright, and here's Wednesday. So this one is fun. You have, let me pull it out. Alright, so here's the colors. It has the different striped bus, and you have to match the people. So it has all of those. I obviously take all of those off. They're just attached. I've got little Velcro dots off of Amazon. I'll take all of those off and mix them up, and then he has to match the people to the color school bus. I will say the purple is a little confusing because it's not super purple, so that one can be a little hard. And then the other one that gets confusing is red and pink. He has a hard time with those just because of the way the printer does them. So that is that one. And then the numbers I showed you and the ABCs, and that is Wednesday. Alright, Thursday is a shape day, so I just pulled this again with the winter theme. I need to go find some spring ones, but we'll take all these off. Again, just those little Velcro dots, and he matches the shape. Very, very simple. He can do this easily, but that's fine. Some of the activities that I do are challenging for him, and some of them are really, really easy. So for example, this is a little bit challenging. He has to think about it. But this and the color thing that I just showed you, super easy, and he can do that in his sleep. But that's good. It's good to have things that they can easily do because it builds confidence and it makes it fun. And that is all I want him to be doing, is having fun. The second it becomes frustrating and that he doesn't want to do it, we stop. So I try to keep it fun while still having some things that are challenging, just so he doesn't get too used to just breezing through things. And I want him to be learning new things, but I want him to have fun, and I want him to build confidence, because that's what's going to help make school fun as he gets older, is to have the confidence now. So it's okay if you have some things that your kid just can do. So after the shapes, I have his counting. I already showed you guys that, the dinosaur count, and the little letter sound match. And that is Thursday. And then Friday, we have our miscellaneous, is our extra thing. So we're sort of working on patterns. I really like these. I got the dinosaur. You may have seen the counting bears. We got dinosaurs because dinosaurs. So we have those, and we've been working on patterns with that, but I put this in here. I'll go cut all these out and then probably laminate this because I can, and use the little Velcro dots, and he can do that. So finish the pattern, his little counting game, and the find the K's, where he'll probably use a dot marker to do that. And that is Friday. All right, so now I'm just gonna stick everything in the folders, and then I will have it ready for the week. And that is pretty much all that I do to prepare for the week's lessons plan. The week's lesson plan. That's really hard to say. So I probably, with filming, I did that in maybe about an hour. It usually takes me maybe 20-30 minutes to do. The only other things that I do is I will go through, and this is his little notebook, and we make little activities for him to do, usually something to do with tracing and counting. Let's see. So I had him trace his name and count the stars, and then he had to circle the number that corresponded to that. He was supposed to trace different words that start with the letter C, and he just kind of colored all over it, which, whatever. Sometimes he just goes ham. It doesn't matter, it's fine. Sometimes he just colors in it just to color in it. It doesn't matter. He has fun. He is learning. And that's all that really matters. Sometimes my perfectionism and my type A personality comes out during homeschool, and I have to usually step away and take a break, because it's not about being perfect. It's not about him perfectly tracing the letters. And you'll see people on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and everything where their 3-year-old is perfectly tracing letters and writing words and things like that. And it's not about that. It's about him being exposed to the things that he is enjoying. It's just about making it fun. So don't put so much stress on yourself. You don't need to do homeschool for hours on end. Ours takes less than an hour a day. Sometimes we don't even get to all of it just because his attention span is not there, or I'm not feeling it, just whatever. I do also, we have this calendar. I got this from my sister. She homeschools her 5 and 9-year-old. So we do this in the morning to talk about our days of the week and our months of the year and all of that jazz. We do weather and all of that. And I think that's pretty much it. We have a homeschool room, but I don't have it completely set up. I want to get some bookshelves and kind of organize it, and then maybe I'll do a homeschool room tour. But I need to get to IKEA, which means I need coronavirus to go away so that I can go out in public, because today is March 15th, and we are still, well, today is kind of the beginning of being quarantined at home, where they're talking about practicing social distancing. So eventually, when we're not all freaking out about corona, I'll go to IKEA and get some bookshelves and put those together, and then we'll be able to show you a homeschool room tour. Thank you guys so much for following along. I hope that this made it a little bit easier to see how I plan our homeschool. It doesn't have to be super complicated. I used to use an online program called Homeschool Panda, but honestly that was too formal, and this is just really easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to put together, and then every morning I can just grab a folder and go. So I hope that helps. I hope it gives you some ideas on how you can make your own homeschool routine, how you can make it work for you. If you have any suggestions or questions or whatever, drop those in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you. Subscribe if you've not already joined our family. I do a lot of vlogs. I don't do a ton of sit-down videos, but who knows. But I do a lot of vlogs, a lot of cleaning motivation, and I show our homeschool routine in a lot of the videos that we do. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.